meaningful pauses in Gaza war. Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi said Egypt is keen on supporting Africa, a continent that is wealthy with capabilities. He was speaking at the inauguration of Intra-Africa Trade Fair 2023. He welcomed African heads of state and governments taking part in the event and inspected the venue of the fair. The theme of this year's event is building bridges for a successful AfCFTA. The IATF 2023 is held under the auspices of Afrexim Bank, the AU Commission, and the Secretariat of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, and is to last until Wednesday. Heads of state, senior government officials, and businessmen are attending the event, as well as continental and senior figures in multiple sectors. The Intra-African Trade Fair, in its third version, opened in Cairo on Monday. The Minister of Trade and Industry, Ahmed Samir, addressed the event, saying it's an important venue for encouraging intra-African trade. In his speech, he reviewed the means of boosting intra-African trade and cooperation between Egypt and African countries. The former Nigerian president, who is the head of the Consultative Council of IATF, also gave a speech. He said President el-Sisi offers great support for African causes. He said participants at the African Trade Agreement Secretariat seek to establish a market for intra-African trade. The Secretary General of African Free Trade Strategy gave a speech before the event. He expressed appreciation to Egypt for hosting the fair for the third time. He said Egypt was among the pioneer countries implementing intra-trade. The AU Economic Development Commissioner addressed the IATF 2023. He said the event is being held at a time marked by instability. He praised Egypt's Cairo's hosting of the event and said it provides information to push forward intra-trade in the continent. He said a number of deals will be signed during the IATF. The president of Afrexim Bank also gave a speech before the inaugural session of IATF 2023. He said holding the IATF 2023 is a proof of the seriousness to support African trade, and that holding it at such challenges means the Egyptian economy is strong. He said the occupation had prevented Africa from industrializing raw materials, and Africa must embark on industrialization and activating intra-trade for the sake of development. Addressing the IATF 2023, Minister of International Cooperation Rania Mashat said Egypt is keen to increase the private sector's role in development. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received a phone call from Norway's Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Støre on the latest development in Gaza Strip. El-Sisi stressed on the necessity of implementing a comprehensive and just settlement for the Palestinian cause, as well as ceasefire to protect the civilians. El-Sisi and Støre called for the necessity of providing the relief aid to Gaza Strip immediately and respect the international law. The United Media Services company held a press conference on Monday at the Egyptian side of the Rafah border crossing with the Gaza Strip to deliver a message for support of Palestinians in the enclave who are suffering a brutal Israeli aggression and blockade. The company was joined with both the National Alliance for Civil Work and the Decent Life Association, two major Egyptian contributors for the humanitarian and relief aid to the Strip. The speakers asserted that efforts will continue to increase number of aid trucks entering the Palestinian territory and to provide all sorts of needed supplies, water, medical, and food stuff. The Palestinian Red Crescent announced receiving 76 trucks of humanitarian aid from the Egyptian Red Crescent, including food, water, relief aid, and medications, to raise the total number of received trucks since the 21st of October to 980 trucks. In the same context, Northern Sinai Governor Dr. Mohammed Abdel Fadil Shusha and Turkish ambassador in Cairo witnessed that arrival of a Turkish aid ship at El Arish Maritime Port. The ship contains 8 field hospitals equipped by operation rooms and intensive care units, in addition to 20 equipped ambulances, 15 power generators, medications, and medical equipment needed for the field hospitals. Israeli forces reached the gates of Gaza City's main hospital on Monday as they seek to press Palestinians in the largest Gaza Strip city to leave and to force their orders over total evacuation of the northern half of the Palestinian enclave. Medics in the facility said patients, including newborn babies, were dying for lack of fuel as Israeli blockade and all-out aggression against the Palestinian enclave entered a 38th day.